Now, Sarah ain't all wrong, Miss Lydia. You want to watch your money. State ain't gonna give you enough to live on no way, but at least it's regular.
Happy birthday, Miss Lydia. Now, we ain't gonna talk about it no more today. This is a party. Time for celebration.
Oh, the hell we are. We're gonna bury it right now, Malin Patterson. I told this woman that she didn't need you here anyway. You wanna open up a candy store? Use your own money. You ought to be ashamed of yourself trying to come in here to take this woman and jip her out of her money. Nigga, you ought to get on your knees and pray.
I'm gonna slap you across your mouth, that's what I ought to do. But I'm just gonna ask you to leave this house. You ain't welcome in here no more.
Well, now, let's not be hasty, Mr. Patterson. I'm sure Sarah didn't mean to...
Don't you be apologizing for me. He ain't nothing but a rumor. You ain't got no right to tell me when to go and to come in this house.
Oh, you got some special rights over here now, huh?
Yes. I'm her friend. What are you? Clarence asked me to look after this woman.
Well, nobody don't care about no promises made to the dead. I'm the man in this house.
Mr. Patterson.
And I don't want you coming around here causing no more confusion.
Now, Ma'am, I don't think you should say...
It's a little bit late for you to start talking about stealth. Yeah, years too late. Now, I hate to spoil the party, but I think Miss Lydia and me can pick it up when the atmosphere is a little bit more to our liking.
Lydia, ain't you gonna say something?
Now, I just ain't used to all this wrangling and fussing.
Malin, we're poor folks. And sometimes poor folks have to do terrible things to put food on their table and clothes on their back. But this is ugly, man, ugly. And you know, you can pay for this. You're gonna pay for this. Your black behind is gonna be right back there in Father Divine's where you come from, and I'm gonna see to that. Come on, Estelle.
Miss Lydia, what you doing? Now, don't do that. This is your birthday. Now, there ain't no cause to... No, wait.
I didn't say nothing in there, Mr. Patterson, because I ain't used to all this fussing and wrangling in my house.
Now, I tried to keep cool, but she...
They are my friends. The only friends I got left in this world.
Then I feel sorry for you, because there ain't no way in hell I'm going to claim those churchified wrecks as being friends of mine.
Well, who do you claim, Mr. Patterson? Because there ain't no man living what can live by himself.
Now, that's what you're counting on? Well, let me tell you something, Miss Frazier, because somebody need to tell you, ain't nothing to them. The both of them put together ain't nothing you can depend on. You good for them. What you call necessary. They can feel big, good, and Christian, coming around here making you feel old and helpless. Them's your friends.
I don't want to hear no more. You can pack up your things and get out of here before the weekend.
I ain't going nowhere.
I said you can...
I heard what you said, but I ain't going nowhere. This is my home. And I ain't going back in that street no more. Now, goddamn it, woman, I ain't never had nothing. Ain't nobody ever treated me like I was human until I walked into this house. And I'm not leaving.
Just like he was. Just raising sand all the time. I can't let you stay here. You just like him. And I asked God to move him out of my life just to give me a little peace.
Now, Miss Lydia, please. Now, don't want no police cars coming up here.
This is my house.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to respect that. But you don't understand. There's more to it. There's more to it.
I just want you to go.
Now let me speak. And then maybe you'll see why you're throwing me out in the street. Why they're so hot to have me scrounging around in the gutter like some mangy old dog. You don't know them, Miss Frazier. You don't know them, and I do. They're scared. Scared I'm going to throw up in the windows and let the light come so you'll see them for what they were, what they are. Yes, I ain't no angel. Ain't never tried to be one. I ain't never tried to hide my dirt beneath a blanket full of mealy-mouthed prayers and hymn singing neither. Shoot, Malin Patterson was a pretty nigger. And everybody said how bad I was. Lived too much in the fast life, don't you know? Well, I kept me a pocket full of money all the time, changed my clothes 2-3 times a day, yes, and drove a black Buick, all the time a Buick, and I didn't steal none of it.
I never thought you'd take a dime. I just don't think
Oh,
you
yeah,
believe...
I played the horses, ran my own lottery, and yeah, maybe I did boost a little every now and then, but I didn't steal. I didn't hurt nobody. I wasn't gonna waste the best years of my life working in some factory lifting garbage and saying yes to some white man just to keep some old biddies from talking about me. Hey, and women, yes, ma'am, I had me some women, pretty, fine women, full of life, tied down to some sad-ass church boy who didn't have nothing to give them unless it was a baby once a year, and I took their money. I made them forget those ass-dragging men they was married to.
Sarah Williams.
Sarah Williams. And God rest her soul, Nancy Holloway.
Oh, no. And Estelle, did he know?
Of course he knew. Somehow you always know. But you know something? I wanted to tell him, face to face. Wanted him to know what a fine woman he had, because she was. And being with Nancy, well, won't like the others.
But he was your friend. How
Well,
could
that's
you?
why I wanted to tell him he was my friend. Only one I had in the world, something was happening to me. And I wanted to share it. Now, I wouldn't have never taken away from him. I would have stopped it before it got that far. Yeah, one day I made my mind I was going to let him know. Because he was my friend. And I just wanted to keep things between us honest, open. So I call him up. He come over, like he always did, right after work. We was drinking a couple of beers, and I started talking about this and that, don't you know, working up to what I wanted to say, and all of a sudden I can see from the way he won't hardly looking at me that he already knew. So I grabbed him, I turned him around. There he was, eye to eye, toe to toe. Man, do you know who I'm talking about? I done got religion mailing. The Lord done come into my life, and I'm a new man. Shoot, a new man. Well, we never talked again after that. And Nancy, well, she started feeling ashamed, and well, it wasn't the same no more. Wasn't my fault if he had what I wanted. And I'd be damned if I was going to feel all guilty. I didn't even go to her funeral.
And Sarah, did you love her too?
Love her? Sarah Williams? Excuse me for saying this, but that's the evilest heifer I ever saw. Spilled a pot of grease on me once. Because I wouldn't take her to Atlantic City. Yeah, still got the scars all up down my back now, and I know her husband knew. He was just glad to get rid of that old bird.
Mr. Patterson, you ought to stop.
Yeah, but he did. I swear to God, her husband knew. Yeah, he probably just wanted somebody to get that old biddy out in his hair every once in a while, but... You know something? That's about the only woman who ever kept me halfway straight. I mean, mean as she was. I wasn't about to be playing around too much, especially after that grease. Oh, no.
And Sister Sarah never had but one man, and that one was her husband. And I've been knowing her for nigh on to 20 years.
Do she got a mole on her right thigh, about 4 inches above the knee? Oh, Miss Lydia, I need to speak out of turn. I know they're your friends, and I ain't in the custom of talking against
You don't
folks.
know how good
friends.
you made me feel. I have laughed like that, and and I'm glad. I'm glad for Sarah. You as quiet as kept. I always thought she had a man. Lord knows, but that when she was married to, she sure needed somebody. You know, I'm the only friend she's got left. All the other old-timers, and she likes to make a fuss over me.
But you know something, Miss Lydia, you shouldn't be afraid of gossiping or saying anything like that you think might be bad. Not if it's the truth. Ain't nothing wrong with saying what's true. And that's true. That man of hers look right much like a frog. Them bow legs and poppy eyes. Oh, Miss Lydia. Yeah. Tell me something. I mean, did you ever? Now what I mean to say is, did you,
No, Mr. Patterson, but I ain't gonna say I never thought about it. There was this young man what used to work in the drugstore that was down there near the church. You know, we used to have a fine drugstore down there on the corner.
Yes, I remember.
Well, Harry Edwards was his name. And every Sunday I'd find some reason to go in there. I think he knew, 'cause he always give me something extra, something a little special. One Sunday I looked up and he was joining the church. Lord, all the sisters started getting happy, waiting around to give him the right hand of fellowship. But I wouldn't. Every time the feeling would come over me, I would clench my teeth and ball my fist. Clarence, he put his arm around me, but I didn't even feel him. I just wanted to jump up and holler. But it wasn't the Holy Ghost, and I knew it. I wouldn't even give him the right hand of fellowship. Went down the back way. I was scared he'd see them carnal thoughts in my eyes. Oh, Mr. Patterson, I ain't never told that to nobody.
You still ain't.
He had the prettiest eyes. Oh, Lord, just look at me, right for the devil.
Now, ain't that what being young's all about? Fighting with the devil in us? Time you get old, you either call a truce or win the battle.
You sure have lived a life, haven't you?
I sure have. Yes, ma'am. Ain't got no apologies. What I said about me not going, I take that all back. If you want.
Mr. Patterson, you think we ought to have something in that stove besides candy? I mean, we could have soap powders and some of the things the ladies need, and we haven't cut the cake. I'll get a knife and we can cut the cake and then maybe have just a little spot of that fine wine, and then we can talk about the candy stove.
Yes, ma'am. Sounds fine.